Hey, howdy, hey, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we will be reviewing the Roast Challenge from RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 3. So if that sounds good to you, make sure to hit that like button, comment down below what you thought about this episode, and hit that subscribe button. Come join the Stay Mature Hour community. And without further ado, let's get this video started. Alright, so obviously for today's video, I'm going to be reviewing the Roast Challenge for RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 3. And obviously this was the final 4 episode, so I'm going to go ahead and give you my thoughts and opinions on this episode. So obviously the episode started out with the queens walking back into the workroom after the non-elimination last week, when obviously Ella and Kitty lip-synced for the win of the episode. And looking back at this, I'm still annoyed. I'm still annoyed that they didn't send someone home, because I'm like, at this point we were so close to the finale. It's the writing is on the wall as far as who's on the top, honestly, at this point. If we're being real here, I don't think Kitty or Vanity stand a chance to win the crown. So at this point, I feel like the writing was on the wall for one of them to go home. And I'm just like, can we just get this wrapped up, maybe? I don't know. I mean, next week is the finale, so there's that at least. But obviously it starts back with the queens walking back into the workroom after the non-elimination, talking about where they are in the challenge. Obviously at this point Kitty has 2 badges, and as she likes to point out, a sash. Ella Vidae has 3 badges, and Crystal Versace has 2. And then you have Vanity Milan sitting there with 1 badge from a shared win. Again, also, if you look at that way, one of Ella's wins is a shared win as well. But, well, 2 technically. Anyways, so they're talking about the challenges, where they stand, and how they see it moving forward. That was about all that happened there. We're gonna go ahead and get into the new day in the workroom, when they're coming in, and right off the bat they're telling us that Crystal isn't feeling well, and because of that I was a bit confused as to what the purpose of that was, to say that Crystal wasn't feeling well. Like, maybe they're writing something up to where she'll go home next week, I don't know. I'm a bit curious as to why they decided to include that. I mean, I guess if she's not feeling well, I don't know. That was a weird bit. Then they continue to talk about badges, like I said. Ella with her 3 badges, Crystal with her 2, and Kitty with her 2 as well. So obviously, you get where we are in the competition. That's basically what they were talking about this entire time. Then RuPaul walks out and introduces the Maxi challenge, which of course, like I said, is going to be the Heavenly Roast, where the queens are going to have to roast themselves, the judges, and the eliminated queens from the season. So right off the bat, it's a roast challenge. Again, this is a staple that you get from a Drag Race season. I enjoy a good roast, and I think this was a fun way to do it. I did like the fact that they brought the eliminated queens back for this. By the way, I think that was a really good way to have an audience, as opposed to last year, when there were just random, like, what's the word? Inanimate objects just all around the audience area. That was a bit weird. So I do like the idea of bringing back the eliminated queens for this. I think that was a smart choice, especially because we are still in a pandemic. So I mean, like, this was your best option, if we're being honest. So I thought that was a smart choice. Anyways, then RuPaul announces that the queen who will be choosing the order is going to be Ella Vidae, because she has the most badges. Sure. Yeah. Yeah, that was about it. Now we're gonna get to Ella picking the order. Again, Ella was being strategic. She knew what she was doing with the order. Always does. Obviously, first she put Crystal Versace, because Crystal was gonna be a weaker performer. Then, obviously, Ella Vidae. Then you get Vanity Milan. And then Kitty Scott Claw. So it's good, bad, good, bad. What's the idea? Or bad, good, bad, good. My bad. Bad, good, bad, good. What's the idea? And again, smart idea. Whereas last year with Ellie, when she chose good, bad, bad, good, like a shit sandwich or whatever that was. That was an interesting idea. Anyways, back to this current season. So Ella picks an order and then tells everyone where they're going to be going. Again, try and be strategic while still somewhat being fair, I guess. I don't know. With Kitty, I do feel like no matter where Kitty went, she would be able to do a fine job. So it wouldn't have made too big of a difference. And I think with the other two, it did make a big difference. So, smart decision on Ella's part. Anyways, then we get to the writing of the jokes. We have a moment where Kitty is laughing at her own jokes. And I'm like, good for you, Kitty. Good for you to have that self-confidence where you think you're so funny that you laugh at your own jokes. You know what? Good for you. And then you have people like Crystal, who's nervous because Crystal doesn't really do comedy. No one else had really done much comedy beforehand. But then you get Crystal, who's obviously nervous about it. Again, Crystal is a younger queen, so just like I would be on the show, if I were on the show, whenever there's some new challenge, I'd feel a little bit more nervous about it for something that I'm not experienced with. It makes sense. And then obviously Vanity is a little bit nervous because she doesn't necessarily think of herself as a funny queen. And then Ella is also nervous because she hasn't really done much hosting. So there's that. Yeah, they're running the scripts and then they get into makeup. Obviously everything was filmed in one day for this episode, and I think that was obvious. Because obviously you have the makeup moment, and then you get the actual roast, and then you get the runway. Yeah, you get it. Let's go ahead and get into the actual roast. We're going to be going in show order, which means first we are going to be talking about Crystal Versace's roast. Pictures is going to be here. I thought this was it wasn't a good roast, if we're being honest. Crystal tried her best, I will say. Gotta give her some respect for trying her best on her first time, obviously. She just flubbed the ball a little bit on a lot of her roast. Obviously she kept going for the old joke roast for RuPaul. Again, that joke is getting tired because everyone does it. Every single time there's a roast. Everyone's all like, oh, RuPaul and her old. I get it. I feel like we need to come up with some new jokes, like fracking, you could go there, sure. I mean, you probably wouldn't want to go into fracking, but you get the idea. At least come up with some new material. Maybe you can dig down deep into the ground and bring up some new fresh material, That'd be great. Wow, I made myself laugh there. Anyways, so Crystal did her joke. She was a bit rough, if we're being honest. Next we get Ella Vidae. Ella Vidae! I love Ella. Ella killed it. Ella did a really great job. It felt very natural. It flowed so well. She made great digs on the cast, great digs on the judging panel, and on the her fellow contestants, obviously. So overall, I think Ella did a really, really great job. Really, really good job with Ella. Really strong. Again, Ella was nervous going into it, but I think she really stood her ground and did really well, if we're being honest. And then next, obviously, we have Vanity Milan. Again, at one point, Vanity was trying to do her jokes. They weren't landing. Someone made a joke back at her from the audience. And she took the mic off and tried to go back at them. And again, she wasn't really flowing with it. She didn't feel comfortable, I feel like. I don't know what that was about with Vanity. And again, it's upsetting because I really like Vanity this season. I just feel like a lot of her skills in drag need more honing. And I feel like this is a big one of them for sure. I mean, she had only been doing drag for a year before getting on the show. And I can only imagine what that would be like. So I completely feel for Vanity in this case. She tried her best, but I don't think it really landed. Again, the judging was going to be pretty obvious from the beginning of this episode. And then finally, to wrap it all up, we have Kitty Scott Claus, who again made so many jokes about every single contestant, and they landed. They're all really good. I will say I agreed with the judge's statement later in the episode where she didn't necessarily flow as smoothly as she could have because she kept looking back to her notes. And I wonder if that was more of like a safety blanket type thing where she knew it was there for her if she needed it. Because I don't know, I feel like she would have to have been pretty memorized for that, at least. So I don't understand why you would bring the book with you. I don't know. So that was a roast. Overall, I really enjoyed it. The especially funny moments were when people would make jokes back at the queens, like with Vanity and Crystal when RuPaul made jokes back at them. I thought those were really funny moments. Ella's entire joke moment was hilarious, and Kitty did really well too. So I mean, again, I think the judging was gonna be pretty obvious from the beginning. Now we're gonna get to the runway with the runway theme of "Oh My Goddess," "Oh My Goddess," "Oh My Goddess," where obviously all the queens have to do mythical drag looks. We're gonna go in order. First, obviously, is Crystal Versace. My jaw dropped when I saw this. So gorgeous, 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 gorgeous. I love all the metal pieces. I love the, what's the material? Not suede, but the, velour material. I thought that was gorgeous. Her headpiece was stunning. Stunning, stunning, stunning. Best look of the night. Again, Crystal will always bring fashion. Crystal will always have those moments, and that is a great moment for her on the runway. Yeah, it's gorgeous. Next, we have Ella Vidae. I liked this. I really liked what she was going with, the whole astrology theme. I like the blues. The hair felt a little bit flat for me. Again, maybe that was just me. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions down below. But it just felt a little bit flat. And I'm like, Ella, you need to lift it up more or add something to your headpiece type thing. Especially for a mythic drag category. I feel like headpieces would do really well for this. So, yeah, that was Ella. Next, we have Vanity Milan. I really like this. I will say, when you have another look like Crystal's on the main stage, where you were kind of going for a similar vibe to what Crystal was doing, it makes hers look so much... I feel bad saying this, but it makes it look so much worse in comparison, because otherwise I would have thought that would be a great look for Vanity. But I feel like because we got to see Crystal's look, who is a similar sort of vibe to it, it just made it look pale in comparison, you know? Like, it was upsetting, honestly. I still think she looked gorgeous. I just don't necessarily think it fulfilled the assignment as well as Crystal's did. And finally we have Kitty Scott Claus. I really liked her wig. I really, really liked a wig with some structure to it, and I think that was a really good idea for this runway category. In terms of the actual garment, it was a bit more simple, but again, I think she looked really great. I love the pink, I love the gold. Again, they go really well together, and I think she looked gorgeous. Really, really great week for Kitty. Overall, the best runway by no means extremely obvious, obviously, was going to be Crystal Versace. She just looked stunning, stunning, stunning. And for me, the worst runway this week is ultimately going to be Ella Vidae. I liked it. I just feel like she could have done so much more with it. So for me, it was probably the worst runway of this week. Now we get to judging. Obviously, they do their critiques. And then we get to placements. I'm just going to skip Untucked because honestly, Untucked was just them talking about the challenges and then them all seeing their family members, which was sweet. But there's not much to talk about with it, honestly. And I kind of just want to wrap up this video for being real here. In terms of placement though, the winner this week is going to be Ella Vidae, so congratulations to Ella. That makes 4 badges going into the finale. Clear front runner for the win. And then Kitty Scott Claus is safe, so there's that. And then the bottom 2 are going to be Scarlet Heart. No, whoa, not Scarlet Heart. Crystal Versace and Vanity Milan. And they lip sync together. Overall, the lip sync I thought was really good. Vanity stood her ground. Again, Crystal stood her ground too. They both did a decent job. I didn't dislike the lip sync by any means. I just liked last week's more. Or was it? No, it wasn't last week. The week before. When Crystal sent home, or when excuse me, when Vanity sent home Scarlett. That was a stunning lip sync. This one was okay. It wasn't bad, but it was okay. Obviously, in the end, RuPaul announces that Crystal Versace is staying, which unfortunately means Vanity Milan had to sashay away. And Vanity took it really well. Vanity was really kind and genuine in this moment. Just grateful to be where she got to, and just happy to be part of the competition. And I thought that was a great moment for Vanity. I could easily see Vanity coming back for an All-Stars and really coming with an elevated aesthetic, elevated everything, and just really kick ass, honestly. I really like Vanity, and I really hope we get to see her again. And yeah, that does bring me end of my review. Let me know what you thought about this episode down below. Make sure to like this video if you liked it. Share it all over social media. Follow me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at SamMature. And next week is the finale. So that review should be out on Friday. So next Friday. And yeah, I will be back here tomorrow with my Canada review. I'll get your Canada review out shortly. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye.